Now, that should be working. Hopefully that's working. Let me know if the video feed's coming through, if the audio's coming through. Tonight we're having an actual in-person, in-live interview. We have Marie with us tonight, so I don't know. I haven't a fucking clue. I'm nervous. Hoping everything's working. So just let me know if the audio's coming through, if the video's coming through, if it looks okay. If you prefer, I can swap it to just the two of us on the seat. Let me know. And yeah, other than that, welcome back to the pigsty, everybody that's here. Who have we got? We've got Dargendorp's here, Richard's here, Asfrenda, Asphilidor. I always get that name right. We've got Frozen Mist Wild Camping Ireland, who is a friend of Maria's. Thank you very much for coming. Excuse my head on this fucking camera when I lean forward. Everybody, yeah, thanks very much for coming. So I'm just going to put Marie straight onto the spot. And Marie, would you like to introduce yourself? Let everybody know who you are or where you... I usually ask them about a YouTube channel. You don't have a YouTube channel.
No,
Do you want to tell the story of how we met?
Of how I ended up here.
How you ended up here. Just let the audience know how we ended up here.
Okay, so we have a mutual friend, and he lives quite close to me. I see him most weeks, and he was in my house, and I was on a bit of a rant about being positive about things, and he says to me, you should get in touch with my mate. He does podcasts, and I would love to hear the two of you on a podcast. It would be good crack. So, yeah,
well, John, he asked me, did I mind, or, did I mind you getting the number? I was like, go on, the fuck, it should be fun. So he put it on, and then a couple of weeks ago, you were out, we had a chat, getting to know each other, making sure I'm not a murderer, making sure she's not a murderer. And then we set this date, so we thought we'd go for it. We didn't really touch on anything. We were just sort of chatting and just getting to know each other. So we sort of left, like I'm coming into this as blind as everybody in the audience here. I'm coming to ask the questions. So if you do have questions, put them in the chat, hit the button, tag me so I can see them. But the tag-nail, the thumbnail, we went with like a clickbaity thing, the official witch. It is the first question. I just told her 2 minutes ago that's going to be her first question. So that's all the warning she's got. But what makes you... you described yourself, as you just said, to the muggle as an official witch. What did you go through? What was it that made you an official witch?
Right, well, as I was saying to you, I don't know that everybody would agree I am an official witch. Probably, there would be people might disagree, but when I was trying to describe to you what I was in the Wiccan community, I told you I was an official witch because I have been initiated into witchcraft. So I suppose I sort of like went through a ceremony to get there. I found people and...
Do we get details, or are you just going to leave it vague?
Well,
Are you naked under the moonlight?
Not naked.
There was moonlight, though.
There was moonlight, and it was at a beautiful place. It was a dome, and I'm not going to say where because, these are places, these are sacred places to people that use them. And I don't want everybody running up there thinking they're smart, So it was a beautiful dolmen, and I didn't know... I only knew one person and trusted him with my life, obviously. And he had arranged it all, but there was another coven there, and I had to be blindfolded and with my hands tied behind my back while I took my oaths. So there's not, I could even maybe get into trouble for saying that. I don't think I will. I think nowadays, especially with the internet, it's pretty... everybody can look up what goes on and whatever.
Somebody's let it slip.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, we do take a vow of secrecy to our other witches, so I couldn't sit here and name anybody, and I wouldn't anyway, but we do take a vow.
Is it like a standardised ritual, or does every coven... is there one particular to yours, or is there...
Every coven can have their own rituals as far as I know. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there should be one way of doing it. I don't know. I don't know I know that there's so many different magical practices throughout the world. I couldn't tell you, is there I suppose like Church of Ireland have a standard way of doing something. I don't know. I'm sure that there are like big, you have the Golden Dawn and, different organisations, the OTO and different things, and they would be more...
They're mainstream
more ritual.
organisations?
Yeah, there's organisations, yeah.
And you would like sign up and get a wee members card, or...
Well, I don't know about a card, but you know, you can join, and what I experienced and know of the OTO, which is very little, by the way.
What does it stand for?
Don't ask me, because I don't know, but it's basically it's basically like not a federation, I don't know what you would call it, but an organisation. It's an organisation of witches, really, or magicians or whatever, depending on what magic you follow. People have different terms for it.
Have you always believed in magic?
Yes.
Always believed in magic.
Always.
You would have come from, I assume, over here either a Protestant or Catholic, but a Christian background.
Yes, but it was never pushed on me. I was never
pushed on you, but it's around.
The minute I said I didn't want to go to Sunday school, that was fine. I was never forced to go. I was never forced to go to church. And I liked Sunday school. It was nice, you know. It was great. But then I sort of started, I don't know, I think I was about 7 or 8, and we were being told things, and my reality didn't match up to what they were trying to tell us. And I'm going...
So the religion itself didn't match up?
Yeah, there was, you know... The stories they were telling me about God and he loves you, and then when you got to a certain stage, then they're telling you, no, you'll burn in hell, do you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I just, it didn't seem right to me. You know, a lot of the stories, I didn't agree.
And that was at a young age?
Yeah.
And then you were just, non-religious, or just, fuck it, like we are over here, nobody thinks about it, you just get on with your life for a while?
I suppose I would have thought of myself as an atheist then. I knew the term, I think, even, but, you know, I don't remember really ever saying to people, I'm an atheist. I do remember saying I don't believe in God and I don't believe in the Bible, the way I believed the Bible was written by man to control man. That's my personal belief. But at the same time, I would never tell anybody God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But in my heart, I just was like, this doesn't make sense. So I suppose I got very anti-religion.
Aye.
You know.
But the magic was always there. The belief in the supernatural, I would probably say.
Yeah, well, I'd had a lot of experiences. I didn't know.
At a young age?
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I say a lot. A few.
But at a young age?
Yeah, and at an older age at times, and, you know.
But would you be open to the fact that at a younger age you're more susceptible to things, and more, you know?
Absolutely.
And I'm not just saying, you know, supernaturally. I'm saying that
absolutely.
there is things can be happening and stuff. But, you know, with the Christian nature there, then with these certain experiences, it just sort of reinforced for you that.
Yeah.
Did you actively go looking for it then?
No.
The Wiccan traditional?
No. I wasn't even very aware. Like, you're talking the early 80s. You know, what films were there even? There was nothing really that...
Bewitched.
Yeah, well,
Wiggle your nose.
It was just actually, when you say that, you know, I would watch programmes like that. I don't know, it just was the feeling I got. Like, I knew that wasn't reality. You know, you twitch your nose and make something happen. But I used to question to myself, like, why couldn't magic exist? You know, if all this other stuff exists, why can't magic exist?
What other stuff?
You know, like badness. If all this badness exists, why can't magic exist? You know, there has to be some sort of balance. You know.
Well, badness would be the opposite. Would be good.
Well, but I'm not talking in opposites. I'm talking from a child's point of view. Do you know?
The ability to be able to fix things.
You know. Yeah. If you know, why couldn't magic exist? If things can be so bad, why couldn't? And I suppose in my mind that magic would have been the thing that would have been the best.
So what then led you to the Wiccan? What led you to where you stand now? You're later on in your life. You know, we're not young anymore. We're not teenagers.
It took a long time to find anybody that could help me. I suppose I'd always been interested. When I was, I suppose, a teenager, my mum had tarot cards and runestones. She'd bought them from some book club, and it was just a set. You know,
she was a Christian, or did she?
Yeah, but for some reason she took the notion for these. She never touched them. Never ever touched them. And I always asked her, could I please? And I was never allowed to touch them. So I don't know if being forbidden to look at them made them more interesting.
The taboo of it,
But I already sort of felt sort of drawn. I found them mysterious, and you know, there was something about them that I could feel an energy off them.
Well, my mum would be a Christian, would describe herself as a Christian, but she has went to a fortune teller.
Yeah.
You know, the idea of magic and, you know, the Christian religion, they do overlap. You know, there is supernatural in the Christians. So even if you don't believe in that, there's the foundation of, you know, if the supernatural doesn't exist, God doesn't exist. So you have to have one with the other.
Yeah.
You've obviously performed rituals then. You've performed magic.
I have been involved in rituals, and I suppose you could say, yes, I've performed because I've played parts in them. for to be initiated, then I actually officially joined a coven. It turned out it wasn't for me, and then I had to do another ritual to like break the ties with the coven.
Right.
Now don't get me wrong, I enjoy the ritual side.
Fuck me.
What's wrong?
The camera has decided to die on that one. Give me 1 second.
You're
of
right.
course that's the way it is. No, go on ahead with your story. It'll take 2 seconds.
Oh right. I can't even remember what it was.
You were talking about breaking a coven with your...
Oh, yeah. So I've been involved in them. I don't really personally do a lot of things that are ritualistic. I don't really... The odd time I'll pull out my wee cauldron and my wand and my besom and light candles, but I'm not really... I love being involved and participating with other people. I don't really like doing it on my own. So my kind of sort of things would be more meditation, and like reading tarot cards.
You said to me that you were a Reiki master?
Yes.
Were you saying that you were being serious when you said that?
Yes.
Describe to people what that would mean then. What is Reiki? What is...
It's energy healing.
Energy healing.
Yeah.
So you would be giving me your spiritual energy then?
No. I would be channeling the energy that's in the universe down through myself towards you.
So you're a medium?
Well, yes, I suppose in Reiki you could put it that way. Yeah, I'd never heard anybody describe it that way, but you could actually say that.
It's the energy coming down.
That's exactly the same thing. And I read tarot cards, so I suppose you could call me a medium. Yeah.
So you would definitely believe then that there is energy available in the...
Absolutely.
And I know that there's vacuum energy and all that sort of stuff, and there's spiritual, but you're talking spiritual energy.
I'm just energy's energy. There's no,
No, I would disagree with you
on
that.
Of course you would, but at the end of the day, energy's energy. There's so much that.
So the stuff in the electric socket.
It's just exactly the same energy that runs through us. We have an electric field.
We have an electric.
Well, what do you mean?
You can't just say energy is energy. It's all the same.
It is though. It's just put into different, it is expended in different ways and used in different ways, but it's all the same. It's all the same energy. It's all one source.
What's the source?
Well, that's the thing. That's the big question, isn't it?
What is the source? Question?
Well, I don't honestly know what the actual source is, but I know that there has to be a source.
As Dargendorp has put in the chat, the definition of energy is the ability to perform work.
Yes, absolutely. So depending on what you're using the energy, what work you needed to do, you know what I mean? Like it's the same energy. So are you telling me if you measured energy from an electricity socket, right?
I would love to measure the spiritual energy that you're channeling.
And you measured a human electric field. Is there a different type of electricity that comes off a human that goes through the socket?
People have electricity running through their bodies. There's electricity in the sockets.
Is it different electricity?
No, electricity is the same.
But there you go.
Right. But you're not focusing electricity out of the sky.
But that is what you're doing.
No,
it's all the same energy.
No, it's not the same energy. We're describing something that can be physically checked. Right. Where when you transfer energy from the universe...
And that can be physically checked.
How?
Are they not doing all these things with MRIs and stuff? And they can...
MRIs do not test...
Not sorry, but like they can see where the energy's going, where it's being concentrated, when things are being...
I would love to see that.
Or CAT... I don't know. There are scans that can do things, and they can see you.
I sent you, right? If anybody in the audience knows... I'm sitting off screen here. If anybody in the audience knows Professor Dave, I think it's Professor Dave, and not our Professor Dave, not Critical Cripple.
Are you talking about that psycho?
The video I sent you, that you watched, 20 minutes of it, half an hour of it or so, and you said you were triggered and couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah.
Why did it trigger you?
I find it offensive. No, I've thought about that actually. And I was actually surprised when I told you, because I couldn't put my finger on what it was about the video. It was just like, he makes some very valid points.
If any of the mods, Professor Dave, Quantum Mysticism, if you could just type that into the YouTube and put the link in the chat, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
He had some really valid points, but I found it triggering because it was very black and white. It was like... And he basically called people that believed in things. It wasn't the fact that he was disproving something or whatever. I had no argument with that. It was how he spoke and the way he done it. He
was blunt in his description, I think.
He was more than blunt.
It was more to point out how these people are bad and what they're doing, rather than a description of what they're doing.
No, but he was describing the people that were interested in it as morons.
Rather, yes.
You know, and it's like, you know, I get where he's come from, and he has really valid points. You know, these, you know, it's people that want to believe that these things are real and whatever. Mm-hmm. But the thing is about magic, if you don't believe in it, you're never going to experience it.
So you have to believe in it for it to work.
Yeah, it's a faith. It's a faith. And like, I'm not talking about like, you know, you can just go abracadabra and there's a McDonald's in front of you.
I understand that.
You know, I'm not some lunatic that thinks, you know, but,
magic wands and all that.
But I do believe in energy, and I think that's where I got triggered. It's the way he was talking about energy and stuff. And yes, he had valid points. So we would be
in agreement, right? We would be in agreement that if we could put a label on some of the things that you've sent me would be quantum mysticism, just for the
I'd like to say I'd never heard that term before you said it. But yes, I can see how it would be.
Just to give something for the people in the audience that they can work with, you know.
Yes.
So quantum mysticism, it would fall across with that, with frequencies and energy, and everything's a spiritual thing, and sort of like the Akashic energy and the Akashic field and things like that. Now, I would have been a proponent of the Akashic field a wee bit before, you know.
Yes.
We've had a few chats, not just touching the topics about how I've had personal experiences and things like that. It could be described. If I'm talking too Irish and too fast, please let me know. It can be described as that, but it's not that I don't have faith. Like, everybody in the audience would love if there's an afterlife. We'd love to see our parents again, you know, after they pass away, and our grannies and dogs and all that there. It's not that we don't want to, it's the lack of evidence that goes for it. So whenever I say that you can, you know, taking paddles and shocking someone back to life again with a set of paddles, that's putting energy into their heart.
Exactly.
With electricity that can be measured.
Yeah.
Not you standing above them wiggling a crystal.
Oh, absolutely. But I was never saying that that's the same thing. But what I'm saying is the energy's all the same thing, and it can be channeled. You
can say energy's the same thing, and you can't just blanketly state that.
Okay, well, that's what it just did.
I know you can't, right? But what's your justification for saying that? What is your justification for saying that?
It's my experience of energy. Do you know what I know of energy? And I'm by no means any physicist or anything like that. But like my own personal experience, I can feel energy moving in my body. I can feel when I walk into a room. Maybe it's just because I'm an empath, but I can feel different energies. Like I could, depend on what form I'm in, I can look at people. I can literally tell you.
What do you mean? What form?
Well, if I
should I be worried you're going to grow horns or something?
No, not actual physical form, but like my own energy, depending on what form my energy's in. Do you know what I mean? If my energy's low,
so
I'm not
your
going to.
Aura. Yeah. You're specifically, if we were to take a label for
it. Well, yes, you could say that.
In that particular moment, you're talking about aura.
Yeah.
When you're talking about shocking someone with a set of paddles, you're talking about electricity. When you're talking about challenging the universe through you into someone else, you're talking about a different type of thing. You're using energy interchangeably for all of these things, because in your opinion, these are all the same thing, but they're not.
Right.
They're all... could be, you know, that is a type of a thing and that is a type of a thing, but they're not all the same type of thing. Like all canoes are boats, but not all boats are canoes. Right.
It's still, you know, I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I just do
not
agree.
They absolutely love it.
I get your logic, but I do not agree. There is not a different type of
energy.
But
there has to be. But your foundation.
There's different ways of using it. There's different ways of making use of it or making it work for you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But it's still the same energy. It's all like there's not subtypes of energy, or are there, that I'm not aware of? That's what I'm saying. I'm actually genuinely asking.
Well, energy, as Dargendorp described, would be, and again, I'm not a physicist or anything.
I know.
That's the ability to do work. But if you're using it colloquially and we're talking about this, you know, you could say that there's energy in the form of gamma radiation. You could say that there's energy in the form of electricity. You know, you could use these terms in a colloquial way to describe all of these things.
Okay.
It's when you take that other leap into like something I can't test.
Yeah.
Like you can say to me, that person got better because I wiggled a crystal above them.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
There's the placebo effect.
Right, okay.
You know,
right, but just because we can't test it completely now. And again, I don't believe that's true. I believe there has been so much research and stuff done into...
You've got a week. You can come back next week.
You know, I'm going to have to go off and do a bit of searching. But I definitely have come across studies and different things. You know, there's lots going on in parapsychology. I am very aware that they have been able to record more than they could record 20 years ago. And
definitely they can record more.
So what I'm saying is, right, what you're saying to me is, you know, we can't record, you know, we can't measure this and whatever. We just can't measure it yet. We just can't measure it yet. I'm sorry, but you know.
But there's not even a foundational anything for it. And when they have done tests and things like that for prayer and all, they're as easy as a blind study. They come off as quick as luck.
Right. Okay. Well, I can't argue with you right now because, like I say, we this is off the cuff tonight, so I didn't know what was going to be asked. And actually, even at that, you know, like as much as I'm happy to answer questions and stuff, you know, it's not really about for me debating. You know, I know what this is.
I don't want to come across. No. I'm fine. I'm trying to slam down. I'm not trying to come across as I disagree with you.
No, I know. You're just trying to.
I'm trying to slam down your ontology. I'm trying to slam down, is it your epistle? Where is it coming from? Like, I know from my experiences and what I've been through, the steps that have led me to where I could take them all out and I could put them in front of you, and you could, obviously, if your experiences and my experience are going to be different. Yeah. But I can say, right, my foundation now that I have in it is what is truthful, what can be proven around me, you know, what I can correlate with other people, what can be proven to be truth, what can be proven to be true, but what can be proven to be correlated with other people, you know, peer research, science.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Mobile phones, we're doing this right now. Yeah. This is all science and energy that we are using to pump through this.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like I'm not like anti-science or anything like that. It's not.
What I'm saying is this is all provable.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
By using the term of frequencies and energy and things like that, still taking that spiritual soul and just saying it's quantum doesn't make it quantum.
Oh well, I'm not trying to say that is the case.
Label. I know you don't use that
but
label.
I'm not trying to say that is the case. But like, you know, just because something can't be measured now, you know, like you're talking about the electrical paddles to bring somebody back to life. Mm-hmm. If you'd have done that 100 years ago, people would have said that was magic. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that, but the grounds and basis in where it comes down to faith.
Yeah,
right? And your faith is built upon your personal experiences.
Yes.
Not on an outside source.
No.
So you...
Well, obviously, as you get older and you start to look into it, you have to... That's what you're dealing with, is outside sources.
So it boils down to a personal testimony, a personal experience.
Yeah.
That's it. So there's... If I could take a paper and say to you, there's a reason for your personal experience, would you look at it and go, that's possible, but no? Or you would still fall upon the chance that... this is a chance of happening and this is a chance of happening. Mm-hmm. Your experiences that you've had before would lead you to land on the spiritual more than likely happened.
Yeah.
Rather
than
this.
I totally get you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But the thing is, these things did happen.
I'm not disagreeing.
No, I know that. I know, but you know, and I get what you're saying. Like if it had been if it had different stepping stones, would have still ended up with the same beliefs. I can honestly say, yeah, I do. You know,
miracles and like I'm not going to flip between miracle and magic and use them indeterminate. Or miracle by definition is something that is very rare to happen. Yes. Right, and miracles are usually supernatural and stuff like that. Existence and you know.
Well, see, this is the thing.
The chance of a supernatural experience being the reason why something happened is so improbable.
Right.
It's
yes,
not
that's
that
true.
It definitely can't happen, but it is more than likely that there is a scientific reason for it.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know that you're just saying we haven't figured out the scientific reason.
No, but I agree. There is a lot of things that come across or seem supernatural at first. I'm not somebody that just blindly doesn't question. You know,
I've seen people who went to this fucking Mary statue or something because she was crying. It turned out to be insect piss from the trees or some shit. Yeah,
you know, like I'm not like I would be skeptical when I hear the term miracle and stuff, but at the same time, I also think that it's kind of. The word miracle, you know, people, that's what comes to mind with people, a supernatural experience, but there's lots of miracles happen every day, you know, so maybe I'm different.
There's lots of improbable things happen every day.
No,
but I wouldn't say miracles happen every day.
Small miracles happen every day, in my experience.
What would you describe as a small miracle?
Well, when, you know, you need something, you have no idea how you're getting it, and then all of a sudden you have what you need, and I experience that quite a lot, you know. You really can sit there and say, but it's true, you know. like, and I like, it's not that I'm this super positive person and I believe that, you know, you have
send positive energy out, you get positive
I
energy
do
back.
Believe that. I actually do believe that, but I'm not one of these people.
I wouldn't say that there's a basis in send positive energy out and get positive energy back, but I would definitely say if you're an asshole to most people you meet, most people are going to be an asshole to you.
That proves the point that if you're negative, you're going to get negativity back, so why can't it work?
But that doesn't prove energy. What I'm saying, there's a more probable reason. If you're an asshole, I ain't gonna talk to you. I'm gonna treat you like you treat me.
Yeah, and how do you pick up on somebody being an asshole?
They come up to people are assholes. Right?
So, but you see, when I go into a room, I can usually pick out who the assholes are before they even speak.
Right. Well, that can be down to pattern recognition and things like that. I used to work in the retail business. I used to be able to read the customer and know exactly what way to talk to them.
That's exactly what it is. But the thing is, I'm hypersensitive to it. So
brains can do that without having the energy to come into it. If you understand what I mean.
Right. Okay.
There is a physical.
So what am I picking up on if I can, if I can sense these things, what am I picking up on?
When you say you would be empathic, right?
Yes.
I used to believe that I would be empathic.
Okay.
Right? I would say now, knowing now and doing more research online and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that I'm undiagnosed functioning Asperger's.
Yes.
Now with pattern recognition and things like that, and a hyper ability, so to speak, to see that, would be more probable than me being.
But just because it's got a label and a name doesn't make it any less.
Which is why I haven't went and got it diagnosed.
Good or bad or whatever.
Which is why I won't fucking go and get it diagnosed, because you are what you are.
No, but I'm talking about, you're saying it's like a hypervigilance or whatever. That's the brain natural. But the thing is, everything's supernatural until we can measure it, and then we realise now it's natural.
No, things can be you can see evidence of something before you know it's there. You can see evidence of the wind in the trees. Without measuring the wind, you can see evidence of the wind.
That's okay.
I would like to see evidence of the energy. And a guy being able to jump up and down, or walking out onto the street and finding 20 quid. We were in the shop earlier, my wee girl I was carrying around. Right? So she was carrying around her pocket. We went into Tesco's to use the toilet. Out of the toilet, she had lost the seahorse. And we walked the car park up and down and all the rest of it. And I tried to put her across to her, as much as it was bad for her, the joy of finding one for another child. I was like, honey, no parent's going to want that. No adult's going to want that. They're going to walk past it. A wee girl's going to find that, and she's going to have the best day possible. And that wee girl may have been having a bad day or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's trying to take that loss of my wee girl. Like that boy that found the 20 quid because he needed it, somebody lost it.
Yes.
It's just chance. These things do happen. They're improbable, but they do. You can hit every red light, but if you figure out that there's a 3-minute time between them, you time it right, you will hit every green light. You don't need to speed. Even the people speeding, you'll overtake them because you can just go on. It's about possibilities, and it's the supernatural would always be the last one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not disputing that. I'm not saying everything in the world, no matter where you go, there's a supernatural thing going on. But as far as I'm
concerned, this is from Richard. Consider this. All things solid are energetic by definition.
Exactly.
Richard is. Oh, you should talk to Richard. You've met. No, well, she watches. She does watch Richard. Yeah, she does watch. I keep pulling my hand.
I've been watching your Revelation series.
What do you think of Richard? Have you from what you've seen of him?
I think Richard's cool. I do. I really do.
So Richard, he has his own beliefs and stuff. I do think Richard would tap a little bit on electric.
I've heard the term, and it's probably a theory that I actually would consider or know of, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's the thing with me. I have a lot of brain fog, so I forget quite a lot of things.
You're fine. I seen a question earlier that I did ignore. It was from Kat. I want you to describe what my house smells like, but we'll move on from that question.
The house smells absolutely fine.
There you go. With weed, probably have weed in here right now. We're both fucking smoking like.
All right.
But. So, you see, it comes down to your personal experiences and your faith.
Yes.
And my personal experience, as much as I've had them, I can see that the chances of the supernatural happening would be my last chance.
Okay.
Where if you had another witch that walked up to you and said, I experienced this, you would say yes and take it at first hand. You wouldn't question her. You wouldn't say this, that, and
Why would I question anybody telling me that they're having an experience? So, in my world, that's a very.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not a real trust. It's not because I trust people straight away. I trust their vibe. straight away once I can feel that, but it's not like I'm walking around the world trusting everybody.
Perfect for this. I need my fucking hand. I'm going to cut my hand off. I keep putting it in front of the screen. What does my energy then say to you?
Oh, your energy's all over the place tonight. Don't make me do that now.
No. You said you're a Reiki master.
Uh-huh.
Reiki is a reading and transferring of energy.
It's not... Well, yes, you are reading energy when you're...
You have to be able to read it. You can't be fucking transferring it like a gun just shooting blindly. You know where you're
that's
going,
true.
Right?
That's true.
So, what is my energy saying to you?
What
tonight? You can read energy.
Well, it's a mixture of excitement, nervousness.
That's body language.
I sort of get... but that's your energy.
No. That's not my energy. That's my body language.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. You being able to read body language.
All right. I'm not going to argue with you, Robbie. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to have an answer for everything, that's cool.
But I don't have a fucking answer for everything. But no, I'm just trying to say, I'm going to stick can you see in front of everything I say now. I'm trying to be... As I said in my Twitter handle, once anyone gets to know me, they find me very disagreeable. But what can you see within my body language? What could you describe? Like, I don't know, tell me something that you couldn't get just from the body language. Like,
what do you mean that I couldn't get just from the body language?
I don't know. I'm not asking for the lotto numbers.
No, but the thing is, what you're doing is, you're going off on this energy tangent, right? And I get it, and that's fine. But listen, this is what it's about. Magic is not just about performing rituals and making yourself rich or whatever people think we do or blah 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 or cannot. It's not like that. For me, sorry, I should say, I'm speaking for me, by the way, not for any other witch, but magic is about realizing that there's so many wee things that we take for granted. Like you're talking about this is all science, and yes, that's fantastic, but 100 years ago that was all magic. People are too quick to put a rational spin on everything.
If I took that back 100 years ago, people would say that's magic. Okay, we'll say that that's a definite possibility.
Yes.
Would I be able, if given 10 years, to sit down with that guy and teach him and him write a book about everything that we're doing?
Absolutely.
But
it's the same thing with magic. There's plenty of books.
You've made me lose. Alright,
that's what you get for bullying me.
I'm bullying you. I'm sorry. Right, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to ease off. I did promise nice people tonight. I'm being the fucking worst. But this is right.
You're just argumentative is what you are.
Well, in all honesty, from the little that we've had an interaction, we didn't discuss it. Right, we didn't discuss it.
No, we didn't.
And the only thing that you have given me was, what was his name?
Who?
You sent me a video of some guy Hassan.
Yeah, right. Like, come on now. Let's not be blown.
No, but I'm just saying that's all I have to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So when
I realised that was a mistake.
So when I'm stuck in the energy and I'm slamming that down, that's because you were like, this guy covers an awful lot of stuff that I believe. So I was like, right, who's this plonker? And went and looked at him.
No, I didn't say I believed it. I said the way he talked about it. Well, I suppose a lot of the stuff that he talked about tied in with a lot of things I already believed. I didn't know there was any physicist basis for these beliefs.
He is not a physicist.
Right, yes, okay. I'm not arguing that either. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not arguing that.
But we don't need to.
I realise I'm in the land's den here, but...
Spooky's like, you've got me pegged.
I'm just not playing.
She can read my energy, Spooky. That's what it is. She can read my energy.
But, I suppose, like I said, when you were getting me on here, I was like, I don't know what I've got for this guy. Because, I'm not sitting here saying I don't want to argue my point. I'm happy to give my experience and tell my story. But, if you're going to keep going, well, you have to do this and do that. And I know that's what you do. But, I don't really have a lot of answers for you in that sense,
I don't mean to come across as that.
I know.
It's not supposed to be argumentative. It's supposed to... It's supposed to come across as more, this is a possibility. As I was saying with the, if a witch came up to you, or a friend of yours came up to you, your first chance, that's magic. If she said it was magic, if she said, I've had this experience, you would take it at hand because she's had that, you both have had that.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. Like, if somebody come up to me and told me they'd done something and something had happened, I know if they're lying. It doesn't work like that. But I mean, like, my first and foremost attitude would be, I would believe somebody until I see something that would make me go, no, you know. And it's what you say, it is reading body language. I'm not denying any of that. But what I'm saying is some of us have got a much higher aptitude for doing it than other people.
Yes.
And you're saying that's not magic. But if it wasn't for people that were more sensitive, you know, the world would be a pretty shitty place, I think, you know.
I disagree with that. Everybody needs to be more sensitive.
I don't mean everybody needs to be more sensitive, but we do need highly sensitive people. You know, there's no doubt about it.
Highly sensitive.
As in empathy and with a need and a feeling to want to like try and make things better.
Oh yeah, we definitely need all that.
That comes from people that are highly sensitive. You don't get that, you know, from a sociopath or psychopath. They're out for themselves, but highly sensitive people want to make things better, not just for themselves, but for everybody, do you know? So that's what I mean. Like, I suppose I'm very hippie in that sense. I'm not a typical witch. Do you know, I've seen that there's been people would come on and like to argue what their facts and all are, but I don't really have a lot of those to give you, to be honest.
No, well, it's the slam down. It's more at the end of the day to find out. You know, I don't know unless I put it forward.
Yes.
If I say to you, well, what about
this? Like, I'm not
this?
offended in any way.
You can shout at me on the waffle line, don't worry about it. If I put to you something and you flipped, and then you flipped your opinion, you know, and then I put something else to you and you flipped your opinion, I find that, I'm getting lots of it. That something's blocking half the camera. Fuck's sake. Somebody's belief system, I find, is more strongly grounded in themselves only if people push on them.
Yeah. Oh yes, absolutely.
If you just went through life with fuck yous all, this is the first time doing it, alright, come on, give me
what
a
fucking
sense. Look at this, they're giving me shit because I blocked the camera. It's, if anything, it's not to convert you. It's not to say my way is better.
You won't be able to anyway.
But it's to get, you know, if anyone's belief system needs to be tested, and that's regardless of what it is. I want you to come back at me and go, well, here's a fucking this, that, and the other, or I can bring this guy in.
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared. I did ask you, you know, if I could have been prepared, I could have done that.
No,
but
fuck that
you
shit.
wouldn't have that, so don't blame me.
It's
your fault.
Better that way. But it comes to, at the end of the day, if you leave with questions in yourself, if you leave going, Robbie's a fucking asshole, but he did ask that question.
Oh no, well, I don't think you're an asshole, but you're alright. That's what I said when you sent me that Professor Dave video. You know, I was triggered, and I did think about it, and I was all, well, why am I so triggered? You know, do I feel so? I did start asking myself questions, but
did you feel attacked by it? I'm talking to you now.
No, not personally. No, right? No.
I know I'm a little aggressive whenever I would talk and stuff like that.
Oh, well, sure, and you had already been watching your videos. That's nothing.
Right?
That's.
So I don't mean to be. That's just me.
No, it's grand.
It's just me. I'm not trying to be that sort of an asshole towards it. It's. I don't know. I've lost my point now. I'll be quiet. Go on ahead.
I don't even know what we were talking about. You were the one that said there'd be no dead air.
No, there hasn't been any dead air. We've still been talking. I can look over. There's loads of orange lines. Has anyone met the surprise guest? It comes down to, at the end of the day, you're slammed into that. As you said, there is no change in your mind, right? No,
well, I'm not saying my mind won't change in the future. Like, I am open-minded. I'm not closed-minded.
Well, that's where it comes from, right? This is the reason I'm leaning towards that, is you say, not to say you won't change your mind, you're definitely not closed-minded. You fucking come out here tonight.
Oh God, no!
Doing this
is totally out of my comfort zone. It's something I want to get involved in, but this is something I thought of. I'd be doing in 5 or 10 years, and then that's what I mean. This is where my magic comes into play. I had been talking about this on and off for 2 years, and I work a lot with the law of attraction, so I don't even have to be spelling for something, or you know, trying to, like, if you want to. I don't really do rituals. I do have things I do, you know, to use the law of attraction, but that's what I mean. It's sometimes out of the blue, something will just come up long before I've even thought this. You know, I'm very good at sort of planning out what stages things are going to happen.
What I'm trying to get to is not the beliefs themselves, not the details themselves, but the actual person and the reasoning behind it in the back of your brain, right? And, you know, I know you did say and you've changed it now, and you are open-minded, obviously you are. No point in me trying, because you're not going to change your opinion. Watch that video you did originally feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you feel attacked by it? Is it
sort of felt like...
if I don't get this out, I've lost it twice. Let me just get it out, right? I don't want to use the word insecure, right? As in, you know, here's this guy that's doing this, that, and the other. And with triggering, you know, a lot of times it's when people are insecure.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
And I don't want to say that you've been attacked or whatever like that, but is there a worryingness that you're comfortable and feel secure? And if something was shattered out of it, you know, would atheism and scientism, fuck me, shoot me in the mouth, would, you know, science and a belief in that leading down the skeptical route, would that life be awful? Or is it the idea of just, you know, losing this belief system because it gives you security?
Well, you know, I think any faith is there to sort of make you feel a little more secure in yourself. It's nice to have faith. You know, the one type of person I don't like to meet is somebody that doesn't have faith in anything. They scare me the most. You know, and I'll avoid them like the plague. You know, and you know, you don't have to have faith in big religion or anything. It can be faith in yourself or faith in a project you're doing. You know, but
so it's being open. It's not really the idea that they have to have faith in something.
No, it doesn't have to be religious.
It's the open to being able to put your strength in something else.
Yeah.
Like I could say to you now that I have faith in my wee girl's going to grow up to be a half decent human being.
Oh yeah,
I'm involved in that.
Well,
and
that's
I'm going to
faith.
make sure of
Do you know
that.
what I mean? So
that's faith. Yeah. So I can understand using that in a colloquial version. You know, something to fall back upon in that sort of term. I need to cut my hand off in something in that sort of term. I understand what you're talking about. Being open to the idea of putting your faith in something else.
Yes. Well, you see, you were saying, you know, about asking me about being triggered. Did it make me feel insecure? What, you know, sort of sitting here and thinking about it. You know, well, I actually put a post up on my Facebook an hour before I left for here, and I was saying I'm stepping out of my comfort zone tonight. You know, it's time to grow a bit more. So, you know, I constantly putting myself out of my comfort zone. I am constantly questioning what I can do and can I do more. Do you know, I haven't mastered it yet. You know, there's still a lot I would like to be doing. But, you know, 10 years ago, I didn't even know anybody with a guitar. I've been looking to sing since I was, that's been my lifelong dream. Now I'm a singer in a band. I have a monthly residency. I'm singing in my first festival this year. I've 3 original tracks I'm recording. Do you know, and when I first come up with that, decided that I couldn't not follow that any longer in my mid-30s, my friends didn't laugh at me, but they were like, Marie, they were concerned. They were concerned that they thought I wanted to be a pop star, and that, you know, they thought, oh, you were a wee bit older and you've got a lot of competition from the younger girls, but it was never like that for me. You know,
it's
just
the
about
enjoyment of doing it. It's the absolute
you know,
enjoyment of doing it.
You know.
I have a fella that's now, he's into guitars his entire life. Hand winds his own pickups and stuff, and just does the music and gigging every now and again, just because he likes it. He knows he's never going to be famous.
It's not about that.
Sings in the band.
There's no feeling.
The man can't remember a single fucking word. Lyrics on the ground beside him, and if the stage is level with the fucking floor, I'll walk past him.
Oh, you're bad.
But he just does it for the fun of it. You know, it's not about being famous. It's not about anything like that. But right, now we've started to ramble. What time are we at before we get too far off topic? Right, we've got 5 minutes or so. We're going to learn to sit here in the middle of the fucking screen. We have another 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to open it up to a panel. So I can't see Twitter because it's on the special guest camera. So no, do send me a Twitter. I'll bring it up on the computer when we go offline. Send me a message on Twitter. Send me a message on Discord. I'll check them when we go offline. I haven't an after party sorted, but we will get one scheduled up now in a wee minute. So if we've any questions that anyone would like to ask Marie, you put them in the chat, tag me, and if I can say, Marie, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the first, you know, I hope the audio and the video and everything comes through. I'm going to cut my head off. We need a bigger studio. If anyone wants to buy me a bigger house, PayPal /.me MathPig, bigger house. Cat can come in, brilliant, of course. So Marie, what did you think of tonight? Did you have fun tonight? Was I too much of an asshole? Are you comfortable?
You're also hung up on being an asshole. You're really not. Like, no, it's been good. I just didn't know what to expect. I'll suppose the after party will tell a story when people are giving their opinion. Yeah, we'll have some other people in. I've definitely got. I'll have to hit a few other people up on. We've even got Sarah. Sarah, I didn't see you here. Hello, hon. Hi. No, I definitely had fun. This is the first live interview. I don't know. We might be back. Yeah, I'll come back. If anything, she may not be here, but you have got a wee bit of a setup. You've got a kick-ass mic. Your partner bought you a Rode mic. He did. Rode mic? I think I'm pronouncing that right. Rode? Yes. Rode. Big fancy fucking mic. So
and you've got a computer and shit, so we'll get you set up. We'll get you in some panels, and it'll not be where I'm leaning like this. I'm sort of in the middle.
You'll probably be safer that way if you're going to keep on at me like that. You're going to elbow in
it. So we'll definitely, if anything, we do hope to see you back some more. You know, and get your opinions and other things, and not just me attacking you. Actual conversations and different discussions and stuff like that. Because it does. No, do hold me to that. Do hold me to that. You have my fucking number and you know where I live. I ain't getting away. I'm seeing lots of orange. Ask the neighbour if they can use your... I'm going to knock down a wall. Yeah, knock down a wall, Spooky. Dargendorp says you have been a very good sport.
Oh, thank you.
Richard, I'll send it to you in email if you want in. I don't know if you do, but I can't. It'll be a whole lot easier. So, yeah, we've got Richard coming back on Tuesday. And then, I think that's all that I have scheduled at the minute. Marie will probably never be back again.
Don't be so confident.
Thanks everybody for coming. Really, really was good fun. And as I said, we'll schedule what I'm going to do right now. Ignore my 3 heads. There you go. Shiny head on top.
He's wrecking the place.
Fucking camera broke, right? No head banging beside the camera. We will do the StreamYards right on now. So Marie, what's the worst thing I've done tonight? How much of an asshole am I? What did I shout too much about? Go on.
Nothing, it's just
Have you any questions that you would like to ask me in the last 2 minutes we've got?
Not that I can think of right now, no. But the next time I'll be prepared, don't you worry.
Oh, right.
You're in for it.
That sounds like a threat. Definitely sounds like a threat. Right, that's not... Right, get in there. Okay. This is the link to the StreamYards. We shall see Star Wars or Star Trek? Dargendorp, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Star Trek.
What Star Trek? Cisco? Right.
No. Stop it. Let me stop you right there.
Cisco or Picard?
No, the original. Sorry. No interest. I don't really watch TV anymore. So
but it's hard to find a fucking
I'm very
good
nostalgic,
show.
So
I've just started rewatching Stargate SG-1.
I do like Stargate as well.
Oh, high five. No, big Stargate fans.
I've only seen a couple of series, but I mean,
big Stargate
I did
fans.
like it.
Big Stargate fans. Right, we've got one person who's going to shout at us and tell us how good. We've got 2 people who's going to tell us how good the show was. None of you talk. Don't talk. Shh, sit there in the background. Again, Marie, thank you very much for being... Shh. Being such a good sport. It really has been fun. She's just laughing at everybody piling into the background. Jesus. I'm going to end this and we'll bounce over to the after party. Watch out for the links. It'll appear, it'll be popping up and all the rest of it. So everybody, will see us back on Tuesday, and do remember, people, to think for yourselves.